Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw a Mega Minion from Clash Royale. We're going to start in the center of the face. I'm going to draw a line from the top, coming down towards the bottom of the chin. Now from here I want to draw on the bottom edge of the mask. So I'm going to step over towards the left to the side of the head and go up. From this point I want to curve down and up in towards this middle line. So right up here, I'll curve down and then up towards that middle line. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. So I'm just mirroring what's happening on the left. Starting from the inside, we'll curve down and then up on the right. From here, I'm going to take the end of these two lines and curve them back in towards the center line just below the top here. So it's going to get tapered. So we're going to start at the left side, go a little bit wider, and then just keep it at a consistent thickness in towards the inside. We're going to do the same thing on the right. Starting from the inside, we'll come down, and then we're going to swirl around towards the right. Let's layer the eyes in behind the mask. So just left of that point, we're going to step down, we're going to draw a curve going up towards the left. Going up like that. Now we're going to take this end and just curve in the opposite direction, going down. Now I'm going to thicken this up just to give a little bit of depth. So I'm going to step over towards the right and just trace that line on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the inside, we'll curve up. Now I'm going to curve and tuck this in behind the mask, and we'll draw that curve twice. Let's draw in a thick brow over the eyes. So just again, right in between the top point and the eye, we're going to curve up and in. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving up and in. Now we're going to curve the tops of the brow. So on the left side, we're going to curve outwards. Curving out to right about there. We'll do the same thing on the right, going up and out towards the right. Now we just want to tuck these in behind this little point here. So curving down. Let's work our way to the top of the head. So we're going to start at these points again. We're going to curve up and in. Starting from the left, we'll go up and inwards. On the right, we'll do the same. So up and into the same height as we have on the left. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the top of the head. Going across and up in the middle, and then down on the right side. Let's finish off the mask area. So from the edge on the left side here, we're going to angle down and in. And we want to make sure that this line is a little bit higher than the center point here. Now if it isn't, you can extend this line a little bit longer. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So angling down and in. Now we're going to connect these 2 points towards the center with a curve for the bottom of the mask. Curving down towards that point. Go up on the right side. Let's add the little cage detail on the inside here. So we're just going to trace this outer edge on the inside. So starting on the left, we're going to start at the top. We're going to come down with a straight line. Now I'm going to follow this curve to the outside. Now we're going to leave a little gap on the outside area. Now here I want to come down with an angled line down to here. Now I'm going to take that point and curve towards the inside like that. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the top, we'll come down. I'm going to curve along the top to the outside. Come down with a short angle. Now I'm connecting those 2 points with a curve going up. Now inside this little area here, I'm going to draw 2 lines coming down side by side, like that. Now to give this some thickness, I'm going to take this corner here and angle up. On this side, I'm going to angle up and just leave a little gap there. So from this line, I'm going to go straight up underneath, and then from this corner again, just come down at an angle. We'll color this inside area in black. Let's do the same thing on this side. So we're going to start with the 2 lines first. Coming down. Now from this corner, I'm going to angle in behind that line. Now from this corner, I'm going to go up again with an angle, leaving a gap. Come down, and then angle inwards. And we're going to color that inside area in black. Let's add in the 2 large horns on either side of the helmet. So over here on the left side, I'm going to start on the side of the head here with an angled line going out. I'm going to step up to the top of the head here and just draw another angled line. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve going across the top. Let's do the same thing on the right. So stepping in here to an angled line, and then on the outside of the head, we're going to go up in an angle. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve going across. Now for the horn, I want to make the horn look like it's going into this little socket here. So from this corner, I'm going to step over towards the left, curve up and in to the top, to right about there. Now I'm going to take that point and curve back out towards this point here. Now I'm going to step it inwards slightly, curving out and then tuck that in. Let's do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to start at the top this time, lining up the top, and curve down towards the right, and then just pull that in. Go back up to the top, and then just taper outwards to create a nice thick horn in towards the bottom. On the side of the mask here, I'm just going to add a couple rivets. So right here, I'm going to add 2 short lines coming out. I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve that goes outwards. Let's do the same thing on the right. So 2 short lines coming out, and then connecting it with a curve. Let's add in the large shoulder pads on the side of the head. So from this corner, I'm going to angle out towards the left and down. So coming down with an angle. Now from here, I'm going to curve and round out the side of the shoulder pads. From here, I'm going to curve out and up. I'm going to curve this back in behind the head, just about the same height as the eyebrow. So curving up like that. Let's do the same thing over here on the right. So starting from the corner of the jaw, we're going to angle out, making sure they're roughly the same length. We're going to round out the shoulder, going up and out. Now I'm going to pull this in to about the same height as the brow line. So right here, we'll curve down towards the edge. Now let's add a little trim on here. So we're just going to follow this curve and this line on the inside. So starting at the top, curve down, trying to keep that thickness the same. Go across with an angle behind the head. Now from here, I want to curve in behind this rivet and up. So curving up like that. Let's do the same thing over here. So stepping up towards the right, draw a curve. Now I'm going to angle this up in behind the head. Now from here, I want to curve around this little rivet and up to the top of the shoulder pad. Let's tuck in the chest underneath the shoulder pad. So on the left side here, just underneath this line, I'm going to curve down in towards the middle and then pull this back up on the right side. On the sides here, I just want to draw a little curve going out just to separate the chest plate. Underneath the chest, I'm going to draw on the lower torso. So again, just down here, we're going to draw that same curve coming down towards the bottom of the belly, back up on the right side. So we're going to start on the left, curve down, and then we'll pull this back up on the right side. In the middle here, I'm just going to add a little detail, just a slit down the middle. Now before I get into the lower body, I'm going to draw in the arms. So starting right here where the chest meets the lower torso, I'm going to curve out and down towards the left. I'm going to round out the thumb. So we're going to do like a half circle coming around. At the end of the circle, I'm going to draw a little bracket. At the bottom of this curve of the thumb, I'm going to swirl around that bracket and go up for the first finger. Now I'm going to step down here and there in a second finger. So another curve going up. Now for the third finger, we're going to pull this all the way up underneath the shoulder pad. So curving out and then pulling that up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So right here where the chest meets the lower torso, I'm going to curve down and out towards the right. We're going to do a half circle for the thumb. And I'm going to draw a little bracket at the end. At the bottom of the thumb, right down here, I'm going to curve around the bracket and go up. At the side of the finger, we're going to layer in a second finger going up. Now again, like we did on the left, we're going to start down here and curve up and tuck this in underneath the shoulder pad. Let's add a little bit of detail in the arms. So just up here on the arm, we're going to draw a curve just to separate the glove from the arm. We'll do the same thing on the right side, going across. And at the center point of this bracket, I'm going to curve up and out to the outside part of the hand, going across like that. Do the same thing on the right, going across the knuckles to the outside. Now we're going to separate the fingers here. So on the inside edge of the finger here, we're going to curve down and up to the bottom of that bracket. On this second finger, we're going to draw that same curve. And then on the last finger, we'll draw another curve going in as well. Let's do the same thing over here. So at the edge of this bracket, we're going to curve up. On the second finger, we'll curve across. And then on the third, we'll do the same thing, going across to the side of the hand. Let's add in the little tiny wings on the side. So right where the head meets the shoulder pad, right here, I'm going to curve up and out towards the left. I'm going to curve the top edge of the wing. So we're going to start on the outside of the wing, curving across to the inside. Now I just want to draw in the little bone across the top of the wing. So from this tip, I'm just going to taper out so it gets a little bit wider as it gets to that turn. And then just follow this curve all the way behind the body. Now about halfway down this curve right here, I want to draw some separations for the wing. So from this point, I'm going to curve across and out. I'm going to go back to the starting point and curve downwards, about the same length line. I'm going to take that point at the top of the wing, curve in, and then down towards that point. Curving in and then down. The same thing with the second part, going down. Now for this part here, I'm just going to curve this in directly across behind the shoulder pad. Let's do the same thing on the right. So again, starting where the head meets the shoulder pad, I'm going to curve up and out. We'll draw on the top of the wing, going across, right about there. Now I'm going to thicken up the ridge of the wing. So starting down here, I'm going to curve up. Now I'm going to taper to that point, going across. Now again, about halfway down this wing, I'm going to curve across. And starting back here again, we're going to curve downwards to right about there. Again, now I'm going to connect these 2 points with a curve, going in. Connect these 2 points, going in. Now the final one, we're going to go across, in behind the shoulder pad. Let's go back down towards the legs. Now I'm going to start on the side of the hips right here. I'm going to draw an angled line going outwards on both sides of equal length. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve that comes down the middle, back up on the right side. So coming down. Now I'm going to go back up on the right side. Let's add a little bit of trim to the armored skirt. So in the middle here, I'm going to extend this line coming down the middle. Now I'm going to go over towards the left and just draw a little trim coming down. We're going to leave a little gap along the bottom because we're going to trace back this curve to the outside. Curving back up. Let's do the same thing over here. Drawing a straight line coming down, and we're going to curve back up. Let's add some armored rivets along this side here. So starting on the left side, we're going to draw a circle. We're going to draw one in between the side and that circle there. And then on the outside here, I just want to draw like a half circle just to show the outside edge. Do the same thing on the right. Draw a circle first. Now in this space, we'll draw another one. And then on the outside, we'll just draw the edge of the third circle. For the legs, I'm going to have them sort of tucked and curled back. So we're going to see the top of the thigh first. So just on the left side here, I'm going to curve down towards the knee, and then I'm going to curve this back up. I'm going to move over towards the right side, starting down here, curve down to the bottom, and then tuck that in on the right side. Let's add in a little knee pad. So on the side on the left, we're going to curve down and towards the inside, to right about there. I'm going to curve this back down. Do the same thing on the right. We're going to start with that curve first, going up, and then curving across to the outside of the leg. Now with the feet, we're going to tuck them in underneath the thighs. So starting underneath the knee pad, I'm going to curve down towards the tip of the foot, curve it up, and then just pull that in. Do the same thing on the right. So we're going to start on the inside this time, curving down towards the tip of the foot, and we'll pull that in underneath the thigh. We're going to separate the toe, little toe cap, little curve like that. Do the same thing on the right side. Now along this edge here, I just want to thicken up the sole. So we're just going to draw a little curve like that on both sides. One little final touch, I'm going to add some rivets on the backs of the gloves here. So on the left corner, we'll draw a circle, and then right in here we'll draw another circle. We'll do the same thing on the right side, starting from the inside and then going to the outside here. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's a Mega Minion from Clash Royale. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and check out our Clash of Clans playlist and send us your request in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.